Alright, so yesterday I wasn't around. I had jury duty. I got out of there in the afternoon, and so this market, after this holiday session, came back, repaired that bearish imbalance. We had that at 64.25, and after that it kept going lower. It traveled through this whole distribution, and then we found very strong buyers. At the end of the day, we squeezed higher and we closed at the top of the range. The settlement from yesterday is at 64.25. This spike was after that, after the close. So now we're right at in the middle of this transition, right? So to me, the way I see it is, we look at the lower distribution and failed to hold there so far. We're failing to hold. That means if we come back into this top distribution, we're likely to travel through this whole range pretty quickly. So the first target is obviously going to be here at the 64.70, which is the 20-day point of control, and also the point of control for this session, which is the 29th of August. And then, we have this holiday short session that has a very poor high, and that's going to be a little bit of a magnet to, if we get above this low volume node, above this weekly pivot. And then from there, the weekly high and the call wall which is a 65.12 will be the next level of resistance. But remember, we also left this failed breakout here that market doesn't like. Markets don't like this poor structure, and they tend to go or to attempt at least to revisit it and clean it up. So this with the spike from after the market close, it looks like a pretty balanced profile, even though the point of control is up here. It looks pretty balanced. So we'll see what happens, but we're right at that edge. So if we hold above the previous day's range, then I'm looking for a move to 64.70 as the first target, and then see if we can continue to the 6500s. Now, if we come back down below this low volume area from the overnight session, so below 64.40 or 64.38, I would say, I would start looking for a gap to the settlement to 64.25 to get filled. From there, either we bounce or we start accepting inside value from yesterday. If that's the case, then the rule says that accepting below it, then we should see a move down through value and retest value area low, which is at 63.90. What is it? 91.5. So, right now I'm more inclined to see the move higher, just because we did the whole range and we're seeing pretty strong buyers. Also, Google and Apple are pretty strong this morning. So my first scenario would be the bull scenario, but also we can see a move back and forth with traders, selling this upward distribution and some buying this one, and then a little bit of a fight, and then kind of hold in the middle. That's another possibility. Yeah, that's about it. We have jolts at 10 a.m. and that's gonna be that's usually a market mover, so let's see what happens with that. NQ was a similar scenario. Now it's a little stronger today. It's trading back in this in the upper distribution above the previous week's low. So first target is here for 70-ish. 470 is that high volume node, and then above that we have some resistance at 520, but then we have these two pretty prominent high volume nodes, one at 545 and the other one at 610-ish. So those are the two targets to watch for above, and then some resistance here at the 660 to 680 area. So that's some resistance for NQ that if we breaks, then we can look for a move back up to that 770 area. On the downside, if we fill the gap to yesterday's close, then look for a move back to the 90-day point of control, which is at 23.210. And then if we get below that, then back to yesterday's value area low. Let's see, crude. So crude moved back up to 66 during the overnight session, and now it rejected the whole move. So the immediate magnet, the stronger magnet right now, excuse me, is right here at 64. Below 64 we have a little bit of support, but below that the 20-day point of control is at 63.50. So that's going to be the magnet to the downside if we break this 63.90. And gold still moving higher, making new all-time highs. Look at this move, crazy, non-stop. I wouldn't try to fade this yet. I mean, it is a little bit extended, I think, since we haven't stopped since this move down here. So it's above the month just started, but right now it's looking like it wants to keep moving higher, but if we start pulling back, watch this 35.50 area, the 5-day point of control. That's right now the area with most volume that's close by, so look for that as a target down if you start seeing sellers. Alright, that's about it for today. Good luck.